Hey, hey, hey. What's up, everybody? Make sure y'all can hear me. Is this on? Oh my goodness, my microphone is covered up. Let me know if y'all can't hear me, man. If the sound is too low, I can adjust this microphone. How y'all doing this morning? I am coming to you live. As I told you guys, my wife brought me down here to Virginia Beach for my birthday. And so we're out here. It's supposed to rain today. It's not really cool enough for this hoodie, but if rain comes, I just need to be covered up. So how's everybody doing this morning? Hoping everyone is feeling good. Want to welcome you guys in to the walk and talk today. On the walk and talk, I want you guys to know, what if? We got to think about the what if, people. We have to think about the positive side of the what if. So many times, the contemplation of the what if is always negative. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work right? What if I don't get done the way I want to? We're going to work on that today. We're going to figure out the right way to handle it. Again, this is Oluropo. It is now 9:27 a.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. We are at Virginia Beach. I want to thank you guys for being here and being a part of the walk and talk. Today is Saturday, people. Let's enjoy the Saturday. Let's get up, let's get started. And as always, as you check in, make sure you put in where you're checking in from, what time of day it is, where you are. I'm gonna head out here to this beach, walk in this sand, depending on how this rain acts. I may be back out here later on, but out here right now. As I told you guys, my wife brought me out here. Freaking phenomenal. She wanted me to be able to celebrate my birthday, so she brought me out here to enjoy it. I'm so glad she did. I'm so appreciative and so grateful. This is the experience that you live for. These are the moments that you build on, that you use to grow, that you use to continue to drive you and motivate you towards your future, your expectations of everything that you're going to do. And so in order to be able to do that, you have to actually make an investment. You have to start to turn on the what if in your life. You have to start to what if in a positive way. So I'm going to take a walk down this beach, let you guys see this beach real quick. Here we are at Virginia Beach. It's a little overcast, but the temperature is still really nice. And down there, you're gonna see, there's my wife sitting on the beach. Hey, Kim. Kim. So she's currently live on the baby birds. So if you guys want to check in there, you can. And I'm going to do this walk and talk this morning about what if. What if we can do the right thing? What if we're successful? For so many people, when we start to contemplate taking on challenges and doing things in our life, the what if scares us. The what if scares us in a way that it makes us stagnant. It makes us stand still. It makes us immobile. It locks us in. It prevents us from growing. It prevents us from becoming what we could possibly be, because we are under the impression that what is bigger than us, that the challenges that are before us have the possibility of failing, but we don't consider that these challenges before us, when we take on these endeavors and when we face these challenges, there's a possibility we'll succeed too. Success has to be the driver. The what if of being great, the what if of being successful, using the discipline and the determination to drive us, to keep us moving, keep us motivated. That's the what if that we have to focus on, people. I know sometimes it's kind of difficult to have that focus in terms of the what if, because so many challenges can arise. When we're trying to get things done, challenges are the name of the game. Challenges are a guarantee. Challenges are the things that pop up that shape us because we seek them out. Once we start seeking out challenges, we then have to work on developing the skills to overcome them. That is what discipline does. That's what we talk about here. That's what we focus on here. I want to thank you guys for being here. As you can see, at Virginia Beach, my wife brought me down for my birthday. So out for a little walk on the beach today. We'll be going back in later. There were dolphins out earlier, but it was dark. You could barely see them, but they were out there. So maybe they'll show back up again today. But just out here enjoying my birthday, people. It's my birthday. I'm here. I wanted to get on for this quick live to just share. This is one of the drivers for taking action in your life. These are the motivations. These are the real world results of deciding to move from just being alive to start living. To understand that the investments of your time into your relationships, into learning, into growing lead somewhere. No, you don't have to come to a beach. You don't have to go to a resort. You don't have, you can do whatever it is. You can live wherever you want. For example, Kevin, Half Snaps, he's got a page on YouTube. He specifically says that, hey, I don't want to do that. He's got a piece of land. He puts up great videos that shows the land, shows where he is, shows himself enjoying that land. That is happiness for him. You can achieve that, guys. You can definitely achieve it. You need to work. There's some work that needs to go in place. The what if has to go from a negative to a positive. We can't continue to think, hey, my life is going to be great, but in order for my life to be great, I need someone else to give me this opportunity. Or, man, I don't know if my life is going to be great because what if it fails? What if I lose all my money? What if I can't learn it? What if they hire somebody else for the job? What if? All of these what ifs. And the what if is so powerful when it becomes a deterrent. When it becomes the things that holds you back, keeps you from taking action. Powerful to the point that many people allow for it to be the definition of who they are and how they live. We have to break away from that what if, guys. We have to break away from the negativity of the what if, and we have to start to accept and embrace the possibilities of the what if. There was this team a while back, and I can't remember who it was, but they literally made t-shirts that were like, why not us? Right? Like everyone gets an opportunity to be out there, to put in some work, to do the things that are going to help them get where they want to be. And this team simply said, and I believe it was Villanova on their last national championship run, where they simply said, why not us? Why not you? Why not success? Why not now? Because you have the ability to do it. You're in the space to do it. And in order for it to happen, we need to focus on developing ourselves, working on ourselves. This is just little steps, little things that we have to do. And the first one is believing in you. If you don't believe in you, how are you possibly going to believe in the ability to achieve your goals? If you don't believe you have the ability to do it, if you're still lamenting mistakes that you made as a young man or a young woman, you're still engaging and discussing the things of your childhood that prevented you from being in what you may have viewed as a better situation, you're missing those steps. We're in the wrong place. We must actively begin to pursue the behaviors and the thoughts necessary to get to the right place, right? If you're trying to get somewhere great, you aren't going to get there standing in the middle of somewhere horrible and explaining it to people as they walk past, right? If you want to get somewhere phenomenal for you, you want to see something positive and amazing for you, in order to be able to see it, you have to put yourself in a position and an understanding that it can happen. And then you need to start to take steps. We're not going to get there by just saying, hey, you don't know what I've been through, or look how bad it is, or I would be where you were if it wasn't for this. No, you would be where I was if you stepped out of that misery, that self-doubt and that pity, and you stepped into the power of your what if. When the what if becomes powerful, when the what if drives your passion, it changes things. Devoid, what's going on, man? I'm doing great. Thanks for dropping in. I'm down here on Virginia Beach with my wife. I'm just jumped on for a little while to do this live. So I'm celebrating my birthday. I don't know if you remember, but yesterday was my birthday. My wife surprised me with this trip to Virginia Beach, and just enjoying this time here. I came out this morning. I did watch the sunrise, and now we're just hanging out, enjoying the day. It's supposed to rain later, so just got out here a little early. Thank you very much, man. What is that name? Junebug. Thank you very much, Junebug. Welcome in. Thank you for their love. Here's the thing. Here's the focus, people. Here's what's important as we talk about what if. For us to truly contemplate the power of our what if, again, we need to start to take action. So we need to start to stop using what if in terms of looking back on our past, at things we can't change. What if I had been born here? What if I had gone here? What if I hadn't have made that mistake? What if I had went to this college? Those what ifs don't produce changes. They're just ways to look back and lament or regret. Whereas when we go, what if about my future? What if I buckle in right now and start to use discipline to focus? What if this works? What if it grows? What if we're great? What if my idea is phenomenal? What if I do the right steps? What if I take the wrong steps, but they help me figure out what the right steps are? When the what ifs become possible, when they become positive, then things become possible. That's important. We can't continue to lament and regret where we are or where we've been if we're not going to work on being somewhere, on going somewhere else, on achieving something else, on doing something else. It's not just about talk. It's not just about lip service. It's not just about thinking. It's about believing and taking action. We have to change our mindset. We have to change our conversations. We have to change, for many of us, we have to change the people who we're around. We have to change our environment. What, sweetheart? I didn't bring no charger out. Showed you guys earlier, in case you didn't see. There's my wife over there on the beach. Hey, babe. Kimberly, say hi. That's who brought me out here for my birthday. So, in order for me to know this is possible, in order for me to know this is something we can do, then we had to believe, we had to act, we had to do what's right. Junebug, shout out to Bangladesh. Indeed, gotta remember to take time for yourself. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason for focusing on your future and your development, because you don't have to take time for yourself. You literally write it in. You don't have to remember. It becomes a part of who you are. It becomes a part of your definition of yourself. Devoid said, was sick today, but still headed to the gym. Feel better now. It's all about mindset and overcoming obstacles. Indeed, because you have to understand, being sick is a temporary state. Don't know how long that temporary is, but we know it's temporary. And then there are some things that we can do to accelerate that, to move that state along faster. What are those? Is that? No, they're birds. I thought those were people out there for a second. And then let me see, G-Shock. Oh, I'm right here next to my wife, guys. My wife is live right now on the Baby Birds. We came down to the beach together. So if you go to the Baby Birds, which is our family channel, you'll see my wife is live there. She's getting some content and putting it up, and we're here together. But thank you very much. This isn't going to be a long live, maybe about 15 more minutes, and that's exactly where I'm going to be, G-Shock. How you doing, Andrew? Welcome in. And now, Forever Sunshine, thank you so much for dropping in. Guys, this positivity, this mindset, this thought requires action, right? The what if requires action. And we must be active in order to achieve with it. And so we are at Virginia Beach. We're going to be down here for a couple of days for my hello, New Orleans. How are you doing? We're going to be down here for a couple of days, and we're going to make sure for us that we're celebrating and enjoying. As you guys know, we always take the time to, Sundays is nothing. So we're here away from the kids on Sunday. So we're going to definitely spend that time together enjoying each other. But what I'm talking about today on this walk and talk, the focus on this walk and talk is about what if. It's the thing that comes to your mind. It's the actions, it's the drive. Like, are you apprehensive or fearful when there's an opportunity in front of you? When there's a chance, whether it's something that you stumble upon, something that you looked for, something that someone else introduced you to, what are the things that come to your mind? What are the things that you feel in your heart? Are you inspired? Are you driven? Are you fearful? Are you expecting a positive outcome or a negative outcome? Because mindset drives behaviors, and behaviors are what give us our results. It's that input. It's what we put into it, right? We have to change the way we think. We have to think in a way that speaks to success, that speaks to productivity, that speaks to becoming strong in order for us to get better. No, we're down on Virginia Beach, beggar. And this is the thing that's most important for us. This is the thing that we all have to keep in mind. Is as we start to travel along our path, man, unlocking power and potential that we did not know we had. Stepping into our own greatness. Feeling the chains of doubt, disbelief, and destitution dropping off of us. Letting go of the past. Overcoming what others have said or thought about us. Overcoming the identities that people tried to place on us, the mindsets that people tried to say were ours, the actions and the places where people said we would be. Overcoming that is what makes us powerful. Overcoming that is what if means. What if they're wrong? What if you can do it? What if you've just got to spend your time and your focus on getting that thing done? Overcoming the hate. Overcoming the nonsense, overcoming those who don't believe, overcoming your own challenges and difficulties, and achieving at a high level. It's going to be awesome to be able to see ourselves on the other side of that what if. May God bless you and your family as well. Any tips on productivity work time wise? Of course. So I don't generalize, so we're gonna have to talk about it. Welcome in, Liam, how are you doing? Positivity and productivity work time. Let me know what type of work you're doing, Devoid. Let me know what the work is. Let me know what time of day you're working, and what is the specific goal that you're trying to achieve at your job. What is it that you're trying to be productive in? Because there's definitely some very, don't hate, don't hate, especially don't be a slave to hate. Hate is a weak fuel, man. Motivation is temporary. Hate is the shortest burning temporary motivation. It burns you more than it burns the person. Dallas Cowboys, man. Dallas Cowboys, I'm suffering this year. It's not usually something I share here, but I'm hurt. Junebug. I'm 45, and the hardest thing for me is being able to realize when I am getting burned out. I just get so motivated and don't want to stop. Not a problem, Liam. Hate is very bad. So Junebug, here's the thing. You need structure. This is what motivation does. That's why we always discuss how motivation as a fuel is weak, because motivation is when you slam your foot to the floor on your car to accelerate. You just slam your foot on the floor and that thing just takes off, right? And it's running. And then you gotta turn. You gotta pick your foot up to turn. But if you're so motivated that you don't let off of the gas in order to turn, boom, you're gonna crash. Circumstances can be different. If you are in the snow and you slam your foot on there, you're gonna just spin. Your wheels are gonna spin. You're not gonna get anywhere. So when it comes to being able to get things done and avoiding burnout, first, set the appropriate expectation. Use discipline. Discipline is very simple. It's a part of my 2DS strategy. And what it says is this: you start with repetition, with patience, understanding that you need to practice and learn the skill. And then you become consistent, meaning you create a plan over a time that's going to see you get to certain places or see you get to your goal. And then the final thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that you are building the perseverance, right? And so patience and perseverance are not the same thing. Patience is just having an understanding that the work that you're doing takes time, and you're going to put that time in. Patience is understanding that you're building skills. That's patience. Perseverance is when it gets hard. Perseverance is when you don't have that motivation. Perseverance is when you do feel like you're about to burn out. Perseverance works on you. Patience works on the thing. Patience is the thing that says, hey, we've done this. We're still not understanding it. Excuse me, let's do it again. That's how patience works. Perseverance says, we've done this, we understand it, we're doing it right, and we're not seeing the results that we're looking for. Let's quit. No, perseverance says no. Let's try it a different way. What do you mean different way? We're not going to just do something different for the sake of doing it different. Perseverance is the thing that says, hey, we need to figure it out. And as we do figure it out, jet flying overhead. And as we do figure it out, we live in that victory and understand that perseverance is building us as we continue to learn and grow. The void, I say a project, either studies or a side hustle. What's the best approach to be the most productive in your opinion? The best approach to be most productive in anything is find 3 things that you need to work on any given day and then prioritize those. That's it. There are things that can be done later. There are things that can be done by other people, and there are things that don't need to be touched at all. You need to find the 3 things that are going to move your project, your studies forward today, and focus on getting those 3 things done. That is the best way to, 1, not burn out, but also to ensure that you're being productive, not just busy. There's a lot of people who are saying, hey man, I'm out here, I'm working, I'm doing, yeah, but you're really busy, but you're not producing, you're not growing, you're not moving yourself closer to your goal. There is a difference between being productive and being busy. That devoid is how I would say, whatever it is you're working on, a project, studies, a class, whatever it is you're working on, 3, only pick 3 things that you want to work on today and make sure you take time moving those 3 things forward. Within those 3 things, find out something that you can do today that will move that forward, will step that thing forward. And if you're only working on 1 thing, then find 3 things within that 1 thing that will all move that thing forward, that will all contribute to helping you get to where you want to be in that space. Courteous says, you burn bridges and become more hateful and alone. That's exactly what hate does, which turns you into a defensive person what nobody likes. Dino Dollar says, love people, hate sin. I hear you, Dino. Junebug says, exactly, single working mom. There are always 1,000 goals. It is tough. Praise God, I'm still here, thriving. Keep working. There are a lot of things, but you got to understand, one, you already know as a single mom, you can't do everything at once. You have to prioritize. You have to stop believing or thinking that you have to get everything done now, because you can't. And when you go with that mindset, you are constantly disappointed because you created a list that takes 36 hours and you only have 18 hours to work with. And you are constantly getting to the end of the day and there are so many things you didn't get done. Not all of them need to get done. Prioritize, start to move things off the board. Start to understand these are the things that are going to move me forward. These are the things that are going to attain to that goal, and you work on those. No problem, Devoid, thank you. Mastermind, looking so cool, man. Hey, look at this. My wife brought me down here to the beach. Listen, thank you very much, Mastermind. Okay. Courteous says, I'm a supervisor of a chemical plant, and we have all types of people that come from all walks of life. Some easy to work with and others are difficult. I work to make it one goal and get the job done. Exactly. Right? So there are different types of mindsets and mentalities, and when you move into leadership, and here's the thing, Courteous, a lot of people will avoid leadership for that exact reason, because you have to be able to develop relationships. People may not, so when he says people are difficult to work with, he's simply saying as a leader, we're trying to get something achieved, and for some people, that goal doesn't matter to them. The paycheck matters. And for a lot of companies, we just need a body in place, right? We'll pay, like for a lot of us who work jobs, we get paid to show up because we'll watch someone stand next to us and not be able to do what we do. Okay, not going to be able to do what we do, how we do it, but are going to get paid the same. And so what Courteous is saying is that there are people that he works with as a leader that he's responsible for guiding. He has one goal. The goal is to get the job done. So you have to have different ways of communicating. You have to have different ways of working, different ways of walking. Hold on just a moment, guys. Sweetheart, are you coming back?
I'm charging my phone today, so I
Okay.
looked at my parents and I saw a circle in the sky. Look.
Parasailing, huh? There is. Look at that, guys.
Yeah,
Can you see it?
If I had a charger block, that's why I said I'm
Okay, babe.
If I had a charger block, I would just have that instead.
All right, sweetheart. See you in a minute. And so, people, what I'm saying here, what I'm talking about here is understanding there's still a what if there. There's still a possibility. There's still a expectation on our part to achieve certain things and get things done. And this requires us to be productive and proactive in our lives. Junebug says, that's why I'm here, chilling on YouTube, taking a breather, enjoying my coffee, thinking about my day. This live stream is exactly what I needed to hear. I'm glad I'm able to help this morning, Junebug. Just confirming what you're feeling. Okay, that's awesome. Don't overpressure yourself. Hey, listen, my wife and I have 7 children, and my wife constantly is looking at way more things to be done than day that there is. We both are in that space. But what does this mean for us? It means that we must become proactive in understanding what's important to get done. What things do we actually need to do to be moving ourselves and our family forward? Quite often, and this is a thing that a lot of people have difficulty with, that a lot of people who are growing companies, families, and lives have difficulty with. In order to get work done, sometimes you got to tell the babies, hey, sit down. This isn't your time. I love you. I get it. You're frustrated. You want to be in my lap, but I need to do this right now. I get it. You want something for you, and it's hurting you right now, but I have to focus on this thing that gets done. Especially now that so many people work from home, where it's like, hey, I want to do this, and you're like, I understand it, but we're doing some things. We're building some things. As we're making this transition in our life, we are constantly, this summer, I mean, what? 7 children? Man, they are everywhere. There's always something to do. There's a date to go to. There's shopping to do. I need to get my hair done, a doctor's appointment. There's always something to do. And so you have to prioritize those things that need to be done. And when you get in that spot, especially as a leader in your home, those challenges are often going to cause us to have to say, hey, everybody not getting what they want today. That might include me, but I know this. We have to focus on some things and we have to get them done. Courteous says exactly my point. It's a bit hard to explain over messages, but you hit it on the head. I'm glad I could explain that, Courteous. Dino said, I like respect for the wife. Always, man. It's my love and my joy. That is my life. That's my purpose, guys. When I say you have to build a purpose, you have to understand that my purpose is my family and the legacy that we're building. And so I know why I get up in the morning. I know why I take the actions I take. I know why I make the decisions I make, because I understand the benefit that they're having in growing my life, growing my wife, growing my success. We have to have that, guys. Smoking says, I'm not lying about 17 years old when I was 18. I don't even, what are you talking about, Smoking? No, Nino. This looks like Oluropo from the bird family. It's Oluropo, and yes, I am Oluropo bird. I'm not sure who you are, no Nino, but thanks for dropping in. I turned down money for a person now. I'm the 17, I'm not sure. Okay, Smokey. Okay, I'm not, I don't understand what you're saying. But thanks for stopping in, thanks for contributing. And here's the thing, guys. Everything that we do, right? Everything that we do, all the ways in which we grow, all the ways in which we focus has that opportunity to hit the what if. What if is simply saying, there's some possibilities ahead of us. But we need to understand whether or not we're looking at those with a positive or negative mindset, because a negative mindset can hold us back. A negative mindset is the thing that can keep us from stepping into our truth, into our freedom, into our possibilities and capabilities of what is great in our future. Because we're fearful of the things we don't know. We're fearful of the things that may happen. We're fearful whenever it's fear of the past, fear of repeating the past, fear of failing, fear of what not knowing. All of those things are designed to keep you stuck. It prevents you from growing. It makes you apprehensive. And this is why we need to change that. Nino, oh wow, I watch your wife's channel. Really talking? Yes, on the baby birds, that's the look inside of our house. That's the family. My wife is there with the kids in the house. My job, my job is to do less of this. This is probably why I talk so much on here. Fear of 40 years. All right, so Smoking, I'm gonna have to kick you, man. Listen, man, like I don't do that a lot, guys. This is my birthday though. I ain't gonna be having haters in here all day. Trish, you say you're stuck. You're stuck at what? Nah, he's gone now, Jim Rat. Had to get rid of him. Tia, you should have seminars for husbands who are struggling to appreciate their wives. That's a thought. That's a thought. I may have to give that some more contemplation. Hold on just a moment, guys. All right, guys, I want to thank everyone for being here today. I'm cutting this off. I'm heading back. Me and my wife are about to spend some time together. I am 52 years old, Jim Rat. Thank you for being here. You guys take care. Give me just a moment. Just a moment. Gathering my stuff up now, sweetheart, on my way over. So guys, I gotta pack this stuff up. I'm gonna get back over to my wife. We're gonna enjoy the rest of our day, the rest of my birthday. And I want you guys to keep in mind, starting with discipline and working towards mastery is a guarantee that you'll see success. Never doubt your ability to achieve anything. Continue to focus on growth, continue to focus on development, and continue to believe in the positive what ifs. All right, guys, take care. Yes, indeed. You guys, thank you for being here. And as always, keep showing up, keep blowing up, keep growing up. Thank you very much. Until next time, guys, God bless. Y'all have a wonderful remainder of your weekend.